Next up, game 2. I gotta say, the first game, very competitive, really good. Naturally, both bot laners are, I mean, just incredible for the way they move, the way they respond. But it was a delight diff, and he's playing Poppy, which is actually one of the most highest impacting supports you can play currently. Her ulti is a complete game changer. Her W, obviously, if you time it right in the right situation, is just incredibly OP. And she does a lot of damage. So there's a lot going for him. Their bot lane is... I think they can fight this in a 2v2. The only reason why GenG's probably getting the wards on top side is that they don't really want the Ksante to be in the swap, right? It is also Zeus, Ksante. I'm kind of curious to see what they do, because I paused the VOD and where you can see both comps, because I'm just skipping the drafts, right? And currently, like, they did this invade, and typically this invade would incite that they're probably playing for the swap, themselves, the left side. I will say this combo, really good. Really, really good. This combo, it's okay. It's not as good, but it's okay. Very good bot lane, pretty good bot lane. These are pretty stacked. These are pretty stacked drafts. Not gonna lie. So these guys lane swap. In the end, and the reason why it just seems a little weird is that if you're doing that invade as GenG, like, you would have to get one more ward, and that ward would be like up here, right? So you get this, and then you get this, and you can see everything, right? You can see everything. That, and then that would secure it. But the problem is that if they could just walk in and sweep it, you don't want to stay here doing the top jungle, then you're not really swapping, right? It just seemed odd. Yeah, it just seemed kind of odd. I don't think they really needed to go for the top invade if that was not the intentions in the end. Wow, okay. I mean, they just literally did the Raptors and fought this guy, but he had smite, so he got the boost still. It's extremely funny. Okay. But the Nautilus at this point should have already been resetting to recover bots, so it seems a little weird that that's not the case. I'm also surprised that the Xin Zhao is catching Talia out. Like, he's leaning the right side, full knowing that the guy's on the right side. And these guys definitely should not overchase, because they also know Vi's probably still on the bot side. So it's like both errors come through, both on Chovy and then on Peanut. And now he's too low to contest his own Raptors, but I guess the Poppy moving is a signal to, like, don't do it. Yeah. So nice. Delight saves the day. Not enough was lost. Cool. And the Rumble's very happy to be the one soloing. I mean, like, I like that they're just letting him do his thing, and Duro's just, like, messing with mid. Definitely prefer that. This is a cannon wave, and he has TP. Amazing. Okay, so GenG definitely won out in the beginning of this game so far. Despite there being actually a lot of different little plays happening, yeah, GenG figured this one out better.
Reminds me of something that just happened like less than a half hour ago. All they have to do is just not trickle in one at a time into a top lane fight, and probably pretty good for them. Peanut was just started Dragon. I think he's behind in the jungle by a couple of camps, and I don't think really usual to see a group like this for Dragon first over grubs, but Peanut felt like he didn't have control on the top side, so whenever they're like a little bit far behind, they get fast rotation. This is Talia in this game, that's level 6, so can join either objective very quickly. Look how much vision control GenG has over the Dragon, and how much control in general they have over the grubs. Both sides have their power. Kind of flash to make a play here on the Nautilus. Duro is getting quite low. There's a knockup from
I mean, like,
yeah, reminds me of something that just happened like less than a half hour ago.
He hits the drag, and the drag shows, right? So it's like giving, but obviously it resets to the point that, like, okay, like, he's not doing it, right? They don't know where these people are yet. So as Nautilus, you don't, like,
over the grub.
you don't really need to contest this yet.
Both sides of the map under their power.
Trying to flash to make a play here on the Nautilus. Duro is getting
was this,
quite low. There's the knockup from it.
was this really necessary?
But
Like, when's the last time they saw Vi?
But
Like, at this point, they don't know if Vi is going back into her bot side necessarily. Though the indication of... Oh, but he's gonna find out. I mean, they know that he did the grab.
So, heading into position.
reminds me of something that just happened.
And he based the
like,
buy-in
less
item,
than a half
Canyon,
hour ago.
versus doing his red and Krugs. So he could be a little bit more flexible, and he showed on the red, on the pink, to kill the pink. So yeah, they have full information that this guy's walking up to this situation. They just know he's a little delayed. So Duro should just wait a little longer. That's it. Duro just waits a little bit longer. And even now, like,
GenG has over the dragon.
he doesn't
and
have
how much
flash.
control in general they have
This is enough.
over the grubs. They have both sides of the map under their power.
Trying to flash to make a play.
It was a nice cancel on the E. Like, he did play it, like, well, it's just... Yeah, Peanut's there first.
But immediately traded back as Ruler will get one of his own. And honestly, that just kind of
He actually played it pretty well, Duro.
Extremely fed at this point in time.
Yeah, bit of a misplay from Delight, but honestly, Duro countering him quite well. The interrupt.
Yeah, I mean, they mentioned it in the cast, but, like, yeah, he did actually play this...
Both sides of the map under their
Because Delight should just E, like flash E right away.
GenG has over the
Like when he walks
dragon,
in.
How much control in general they have over the grubs. They have both sides.
Like if he just flash E's this guy now and this guy W's, he needs to flash away and run.
And
it's not necessarily the best timing for Ashe to move because she's sacking. But yeah, that was not ideal. Also the Quirky hit. The Quirky's 6. Oh dude, I'm an idiot. This is actually a 0 play.
GenG has over the dragon.
Forget everything. Like it looks like Duro's inting a little bit, but honestly, the fact that the Quirky's level 6 and the Ashe is level 4 is an awful play.
In general, they have
This is actually such a terrible play. I didn't even realize that, honestly, at first. I literally did not realize that Corky was level 6. It's a terrible play. It's always a losing play. Unless you can one-shot him, just don't even bother. And Ashe wants to swap out of this. Ashe can't swap yet. But they should be thinking about sending the Ksante top the Ashe bot and getting out of this. And the next cannon wave. I mean... When can he even get out of this, though? It's this wave here, isn't it? Yeah, it would have been this wave. So at 610, they actually could have tried to swap her out of it. And send the Ksante TP top. Which then the Corky, of course, would space and go bot. But at least then you get to build the wave and have a more proper contest as the Xinjia will base and go bot with them. And then it's delayed, and then Poppy is going bot for a play, but it's not timing for Ashe to base, because now it's a non-cannon, so it's a non-cannon, he's going to lose a lot. Or is it a cannon? Because I see a cannon here. Enough time passed already? But then also the Ksante is not basing to go top in time either. So this would have been the base timer, but Poppy wasn't there. And Ksante wasn't playing for it. Yeah, well played.
Spot himself on top of some rocks. They want to turn this one around. Going for the big sweep here onto Keen, onto Canyon.
That's probably the #1 issue that occurs in lane swaps, is you have to be very mindful of who's getting solo XP. And whoever's getting the solo XP, when they get swapped into the matchup that like on the user who didn't, yeah, it's really rough. Like it's just not easy. So yeah, I mean it's just what are you gonna do? Peanut played that pretty well. He baited them long enough. Good flash. GG.
Yeah. I mean, plays that happened recently, and plays that happened recently. A lot of overextension from confidence can be a huge boon, but sometimes overconfidence can be your downfall, so yeah.
This Quirky is a problem. This Quirky is a big problem.
I mean, it's still in a really good spot, and Ruler's incredibly fed, so I don't want to, like, the wasting of the coach doing fine, but it's not looking clean. The wasting of the coach when
a mistake happens with the team. You go to scrims, guide out.
Oh, this comes in. You can't totally deny the Nautilus. They're not level 6 here. And again, Viper's kind of gets some way.
They're super low, but Vi's not in the area to make a play.
You guide out, everything's good. Go to stage teams again, and the same issue just shows up. Yeah, how do we solve this? Well, what's scary is, okay, the Canyon's talking actually control here.
And Zek is in a lot of trouble as Canyon just kind of waltzing on in. And
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like, that's the problem with this mid matchup. Is like,
well, what's scary
so Canyon has just been like sneaking around, right? So he did show an award, so they know he's like
you have an issue in
in the area, which means this next contested mid wave, unless Xin is like there, is not a thing. And he's also walking on the area that, dude, he's also walking into the area that Canyon will be in. So that was just weird. Now Poppy has to reset, so they have no support on that. Damn, that's rough. Oh, it's so rough that they have 6 grubs.
I mean, what are you supposed to do against this one? You know, you just have to kind of sit and take the L. The thing is, as well, I mean, he has plans, obviously, his expectation into. It just means like your usual recourse is someone stepping aggressive, you feel the Ashe, but all you're doing is beating some at most.
And the Corki has Triforce. And so what you're noticing that GenG's doing at this point is, once they take this, so for instance, look at this. So the Rumble was top, right? And they send the duo top. They could send the duo bot, right, and get a timer, but no. We're gonna get this, we're gonna place the Corki on top side, and we have 6 grubs, which means we can just keep assaulting the turret, because we have this. Ksante probably should stay top, probably, and just try to get a chance of them diving him. And the Ashe should just go bot and get whatever she can. Because defending this is not gonna be, like, the easiest thing. And yeah, like now the Ksante wants to go bot, right? But no TP, so you can't really defend top. Your 2v2 definitely cannot defend top because they're like way too weak. So you steadily lose it, only have to send the Ksante up here anyways, and you still lose the turret, and it's a disaster. And that kind of sums up the game. To be honest, that kind of sums up the game. Like that shows how these guys just were not thinking about like what 6 grubs really means in the end. And because they made these errors that led to the grubs, like this death here, like you should be way more careful knowing the implications if you lose this. And GenG just railed them for it.
That was a really nice play from Duro to guarantee they get that equalizer down on the Viper and continue to push that issue. Really clean play from a player who started off so shaky this year, started off not confident, and a lot of big mistakes, big miscommunication between him as AD carrying this jungler, but now it just feels like they've been playing together for years. And that's the thing as well, is like they have 5 Nautilus into an Ashe with a Rumble as well. Like they can do that in any fight, just press play, trying to equalize on top. If Viper survives, which is not guaranteed, probably unlikely, he's not fighting, he's just done. Yeah, this feels like the blue side is really enjoying kind of getting very strong compositions.
It is a better game for Duro.
Times, though, that has been able to get leads and utilized it much better this time around. Duro, not expecting all of those players from Hot Ladies to be quite that close. Meanwhile, big build from Hama on the outside. That's going to take more turrets. He's playing a PvE game, he had to deal with Ksante that one time, and of course, Viper the other time. Gonna take down the turret, nice Valkyrie in as Viper desperate to try to save the turret. It's not gonna work out for him.
I mean, what the hell is Viper gonna do? He's playing Ashe. Like, he's not only is he playing Ashe, but he's playing Ashe when he's behind. So you're just like, he went crack, dude. He can't even go. You can't go crack him. Like, to me, if you're this behind, like from the beginning, like he needs to just start building into the crit and get Yuntal, and just, it is what it is. Like, yeah, you're not gonna do as much damage initially, but you should just get the crit because it's just gonna improve your damage later on. Versus the Kraken, which is obviously a better early game first fight. And yeah, GenG's just not giving them any space to get back in. Like, they're just in his face, and now this means that the Xin Zhao is going to steadily lose the game. No TP's on for them to use.
Absolutely. First game was definitely winnable. This game feels unlosable. And you know, right now with Dragon Control as well, 2 minutes before it even spawns, GenG are like, man, pretty much got everything we can get with the advantage we have. So we're just looking for people. Everything you can get vision near any of these objectives, we will engage on you, we will fight you, we will kill you.
Yeah, they got no TPs. TP on Rumble's coming up. Ooh, that is not good. Wait. Why did it look like that? Oh, it looked like he had. It looked like Zeka's TP reset. And he used it, and I'm like, that's pretty bad. This is. I mean, like, so, like, the most typical thing you see when you're losing is, like, just int on side, right? Int on side. That's, like, the only thing you have to really be careful of. And I like that Peanut actually did find a spot to just sit. And, like, yeah, he could be farming, but he's also, like, is he really farming? Like, look at his CS. This hasn't really changed in like 2 to 3 minutes because the enemy team just keeps invading and stealing his jungle and building dragons and waiting for like Baron to crush them. So I really do like that he did this. That was really well played.
As in he goes with the Crescent Guard, and Chovy not having his flash. I don't think he's going to be able to get away from this one. So many members coming in the pop field as well.
That's really good. Low key.
He's got plans. He wants to try to set up Viper. Now he's got to flash away from Ksante as he's all alone here, desperate to try to take out Viper. And he's not able to. Pays off. There's no Baron.
Damn, dude, low key, I just want the Zir to keep hitting bot. Like, she has no TP. The Rumble would have to come down. And also, if I'm Ashe, like, actually, if you're Ruler, you just run. Why does he even invite himself to fight this? Like, just run away.
And claw their way back in. The arrow gonna hit Ruler. He's got cleanse. He wants to try
nah, he actually put himself in that position to lose that.
He's all alone here, desperate to try to
Zeus actually killed him. This guy had no sums and Zeus actually killed him. But yeah, I feel like the Zir definitely should have stayed bot and just kept railing it, and then someone recovers mid. Yeah, you might not get the dragon, but maybe you can take the turret, right? And that would have been a much better outlook, instead of everyone having to respond to the mid situation. And now they just have to do the same thing again. They have to find a little pick like that. It's probably going to be a big focus on Corky, because he has no sums, so they actually could kill him. I mean, they knew they were going to lose this. Like, that's okay. I do feel like the Ksante should not be the one on bot. Like, it should be a Zir. Yeah. So the reason why it should be a Zir is because they want the Zir to keep getting stronger, right? He's 3-1. Keep lifting up. Send him bot. Send the Zenjal bot. Get the turret because the Zir will DPS it further. Get some camps. Whatever the case is, this is gone. If they do it right away, it's actually bad. Which is pretty important to note. Like, I think playing for Otacon instantly at the cost of losing parts of the map is not ideal. Because imagine if they just played like normal, they played for their bot camps, like the enemy team can never pull the Otacon without having like a complete loss of the game. So you would not lose bot turret as GenG. You would get your camps, continue railing their camps and gain the turrets, and then you could actually just play for Baron and Soul. And it's definitely just way better. Like, Otacon is like it really depends what's happening in the game, but it's not an objective you pull just because you can pull it.
So withdraw for Ksante, and the push continues, you know? GenG are so so impressive. This is why they've been called often that boring team I was referencing, especially in the older times. Where they just, when they get ahead, they kind of push advantages, get vision everywhere, and then if they overextend, if you can close overextension, everyone's nearby. Like, the only reason why this is those teams back up, hey, it's not so cool, trade, thanks. Yeah, I mean, the fact is TP as well. I can see some little health bars looking, but the 15 seconds sort of recall from Keen, he just TP in after, so you can't even commit to like a longer play to make the fight happen. Especially with T1 mid still being up, there just wasn't very much space for it. I kind of feel like these little wins for HLE, they're trying to be practical, but they've done nothing yet that's really rewarded them. And you know, they are trying, but I'm struggling to see a play that's really going to get them back firmly into this game, so now it just seems very GenG favored.
Yeah, I mean, there is one thing, I guess, that I'm like, can be happy about. That's really just the fact that the lead has stagnated a little bit. It's kind of been the same for a long time, but GenG, again, they're so good. They have been good, at least in this game. They've been clean about getting their lead and sticking with it and not overextending, and really just trying to take little wins here and there. They're still very much in control of this one. They put down the Weaver's wall, and that is a very nice equalizer as well. That gigantic shove.
Damn. That combo's rough. That combo's really rough. I mean, if they're just stacking each like this, it's not really much you can do. I mean, like, Otacon buff or no Otacon buff, like, it doesn't really make a difference. Because it's just, like, what do you do to this?
Well, that's the ruler spot right there, actually. Viper going to get a little taste himself. Has to use his flash.
He doesn't die, but not flashless. I don't think he's long to build the next fight, especially since you have like Canyon and Dur with flash.
Yeah. I feel like if the gold across the board was a little bit more even, then having your Ashe not doing a crazy amount of damage is okay because you have this here, but it's not really the case right now. You know, they don't really have... The Ashe doesn't exist, and Zek is not far enough ahead, and the whole team is too far behind, and going very deep for this one. The arrow even going to try to punish that as they thought they saw an angle.
The dragon's gone. That's Drag Soul. 6 grubs, Drag Soul, Otacon, Herald. It is what it is. They can't do anything. They're dead. That's the game. My god. It was an absolute massive team. Like, dude, I don't know. That was just like your atypical GenG plays a perfect game, like, situation. Uh, who is the best player in this game? Probably Canyon. Probably Canyon. Duro played way better. So I'm gonna give it to him. He played way better. Played good. It was okay. Played good. Played good. Not great. He was okay good. He was okay good. Not ideal. And also definitely not as good by Delight. The worst player of the game. This is kind of hard. It's probably Zayas, honestly. It's probably Zayas for how like he should be thinking about the map and playing the game. But yeah, these guys just eclipse them. And like I said, like I do owe a little apology for Mr. Duro here because Duro, that play he did in the top try, yeah, that was not nearly as bad as I thought. Like, I should have noticed that this guy was level 6. So being level 6, despite his jungle being like late, like further, means that you're probably just gonna win it. Like you probably will 1-for-1 it. And this guy having to use his flash to make that play happen, maybe they actually could have gone like Knott's flash and made it a little bit better. And maybe that was like the difference maker. Maybe he shouldn't check it, but yeah, like I would feel confident doing it if I was him. And that's it.